Salutations, everybody. It's your boy Cardi, Cardi's Perspective. Welcome. And today, I'm just going to talk about some real stuff, because one of the powerful emotions that we have on earth is love. Story time. So I got definitely a love story. Now, I'm not going to go to the intricacies of how I fell in love and this and that. I would just say this. Some of the perks that came with it was very convenient. For one, she lived right across the street. You can't get more convenient than that. She was, I think she was 2 years older than me, maybe 3. And she took my virginity. So we got the basis right there. But the story that I got for y'all is like how betrayal worked. I always felt betrayed by everybody in my life at some point or another. My mother definitely betrayed me. The person who tried to kill me when I was 4 years old, they definitely betrayed me, so on and so forth. The DCFS system, yeah, a lot of people betrayed me. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not the victim. At that time, I was the victim. But now, nevertheless, here we go. So at this time, we had broken up, and that was painful too. I could share that little story. All right, so here I am in love, and then I start hearing the rumors. This girl is with this other dude, and I'm not going to put her name out there, so we're going to call her Tanika. Yeah, so word was getting around that Tanika was cheating on me, and I was so wrapped in the web of deception and of love that I didn't know what the hell was going on. I'm talking about I was in it. So when the family came to it, I remember it like yesterday. It was a nice sunny day. Everybody and their mama's outside, so the whole block is outside. And it seemed like everybody knew what was going to happen but me. But here I go, walking to the block, everybody outside, and then she comes up and she got the guy that she's with. So here goes Tanika and her new guy. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was younger. You know what I'm saying? By 3 to 2 years. So it made sense, but still, I was hurt. So long story short, she comes up and she tells me, yeah, it's over. I want to be with you, blah, blah, blah. In front of everybody. In front of everybody? Everybody. In front of everybody. So now everybody's laughing and all this and that. And I tell you, y'all, the strength that it took me to hold back my tears and not talk. I mean, the frog in my throat was strong. That motherfucker was lifting weights. That's how strong it was for me to, and thank God I didn't live further down the block. This happened on the top of the block. I still lived in the middle, so it was still a little bit. So I just went, I was like, all right, cool. And I walked it off, and I didn't run. I ain't run. I ain't do that. I ain't do that. I ain't do the, goddamn it, the DJ Pooh, goddamn it, getting his chain took. I ain't do that run. But I walked. And I walked a little bit faster. And about time I got to my cousin's house, which is next door, I kind of a little sprinted because it was about to come. And I went in the house, and by the time I got to the front stairs, the trickle tear, I got to my room crying, throwing shit. I'm destroyed. This was my first love. So fast forward, everything is still cool. I still got to deal with the embarrassment and everything because she lives right across the street. So one day, I remember one of my older cousins, they was grown, and she comes up to me and she was like, yeah, I know you and Tanika had sex. And I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, you ain't gotta lie to me. Now, see, I was thinking that she was trying to get me to confess. And I still didn't confess to her knowledge, but she did was like, man, you ain't gotta lie to me. Tanika already told me y'all smashed, woo, woo, woo. And I'm just like, I just, shrugged it off. I didn't give her a yes or a no. So I didn't spill the beans when it came to that, because I was always taught that you don't kiss and tell, because that's how you ruin future endeavors. So that was that. I learned that at a very young age. Couple of weeks go by. Not even a couple of weeks. After my cousin told me that, my older cousin, R.I.P., she passed away. So she told me that, I think it was probably like 2 days later or maybe a day later. Anyhow, I was at Ralph Bunche Park. I'm chilling, minding my business. I think I was climbing trees or whatnot, and just doing boy stuff or whatever. So I'm just chilling. And then here comes Tanika and my two cousins. So, it's damn B. So they come up to me, and it wasn't like aggressive, but they come up to me, and they like the Goonies. So she come up to, Tanika comes up to me. Oh yeah, you told people what this, what that. I'm like, man, listen, I ain't told nobody nothing. That was you. I don't know what's going on. I ain't told nobody nothing about nothing. And mind you, we was already broken up 3 months after the fact. So I guess sometimes people just want to get on BS. So long story short, she comes up and she's trying to swing on me. So I'm just ducking and weaving. And I'm like, man, get the hell up out of here. So I just give myself some space, you know what I'm saying? And then I just start walking over. And she's like, yeah, you better walk. You whoa this, just woofing it. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I ain't got time for this. So I go off and I do my damn thing during the day. I get back home later that night. It's around 8:30, 9 o'clock or whatnot. It's dark outside. So literally, as I'm coming up to my house and then I get to my front door, I'm literally got the front screen open. I'm about to open up the main door to go in. One of my cousins come out, and this is my favorite cousin. You know what I'm saying? We grew up together. We like this. We was always having a good time. So she come up, and she's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We having a good time. We just chopping it up. Man, 2 minutes later into that top, all of a sudden, she just grabs me. Boom. I got him. My other cousin, who's her sister, she comes out. They jumped me, y'all. Yes. They jumped me right in front of my house. So now I'm getting jumped by my two cousins. I'm getting jumped by Tanika and my two cousins. Now, mind you, Tanika was already friends. They was already best friends with my cousins. But still, the betrayal is wild. So here I am fighting off 3 females, and I'm not like really fighting. I'm just like, I thought, wow, I did swing back because it's like boop, 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 boop. Man, listen, there's only so much I could take. So yeah, but it didn't get crazy. I just, got them away. Maybe I popped 1 or 2, and I just got the hell away. Got up in the crib, and I'm just like, what the hell? Now, deal with that. You talking about PTSD, you talking about trauma, deal with that. I just got jumped by my cousins who live next door, and then my ex lived right in front of me. You know how of a messed up Bermuda Triangle that is? But those was the types of betrayal that I dealt with, so I don't really be dealing with people like that. People have really showed me the worst side of them, and I have displayed some of the worst sides of me. I'm not saying that I've just been done wrong. No, I've done plenty of wrong to people. We'll get down to those stories later. I want to hear some more of these stories. Listen, comment, tell me what y'all think. But yeah, that's one of my betrayal stories. I ain't went at my cousins. I ain't stole nothing from them. I ain't, none of that. So for them to jump me, that was wild. And I'm still perplexed to this day, because like, what? All right. I got you. I don't hold no resentment. I got a great memory bank. Like, comment, subscribe. If y'all want to hear these more stories, let me know. I got trillions. Betrayal, deceit, good times, great times, extraordinary times, a lot of pain and a lot of good lessons, because I lived through it, and that's just what it is.